And welcome back to the running of the Christchurch Foundation School's Interhouse Sports 2017 here at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. And we are back with the 200-meter series, and we're now into the under 15 girls. Under 15 girls 200-meter dash. And the record for this event stands at 25.70 seconds. Set 2000. Also, we have later on, we're going to try to get the record breakers. We had two records falling in the 100-meter dashes. The under 20 girls saw Hannah Connell slipping and falling, and she still went on to break the record. And Josiah Atkins, new record holder in the under 20 boys. But at present, we are here live with the 200 meters for under 15 girls. The under 13s would have just wrapped up their races. So we are going up to the next age group, these under 15s. And again, you're going to see some of the first year under 15, some first formers making it to the finals in the under 15 category. So just to let you inform you of the under 20 girls record stood at 12.40 seconds, and Hannah Connell lowered it to 12.18 seconds. It makes one wonder exactly what that record would have been if she hadn't slipped and fallen at the start. And in the under 20 boys, the record stood at 10.87 seconds. It's now lowered to 10.73 seconds. And under 20 girls, we had two ladies running on the record, Hannah Connell and Tiana Bowen. Tiana Bowen running 12.20. But at present, we're on the line with the under 15 girls 200-meter dash. In lane one, you're going to see from Skeet House is Brathwaite from Skeet House. I believe that is Brathwaite from Skeet House, yes. And then in lane number two, Tyra Aline from Tama. In lane three from Wellington, Kelman Wall. Remember her from Knapsack from the Wilkie Combat School, I believe it was. And Lynch House, Goodman. Tama House, Canterbury. In the lane 6, we see from Wellington House, Kyla Cummins. In lane number 7, from Tama House, Shiara Chase. And out there in lane number 8, we see Young Barnett from Skeet House. And they're on starters' orders. And there they go. Nice clean start. And the athlete out there, Kyla Cummins from Benton House, lane number 6. She's showing her dominance. Remember Kyla Cummins from the 4, Kyla Cummins from the 1, and now Kyla Cummins putting on a clinic in the 200 meters. And she's head and shoulders above the rest of the field, slamming them. But she runs for home. Just needs to work on her form. Head swaying all over the place, but good enough for first. Second place goes to Goodman. Kyla Cummins, the unofficial winner of the under 15 girls 200 meters. We're going to wait and see what the times are. Up next, we're going to see in the under 15 boys getting ready to start. This should be interesting. The record for this stands at 23.20 seconds, set way back in 1982, again by this young gentleman with only the first name of Sheldon I see here on the record stats. In lane number 1 from Lynch House, we see Mr. Jackson Yard. In lane 2, also from Lynch House, O'Shea Grant. In lane 3 from Tama House, Wayne Jones. In lane number 4 from Tom House, Kyle Garnett. In lane 5, a representative of that last year's biannual CUT team, coming second by 2 points to Jamaica, Kobe Hudson. In lane 6 from House again, Aline. In lane 7 from Lynch House, Jadon Jackman. And in lane number 8 from Skeet House, Tion Hunt. So it's interesting. Kobe Hudson really showing you what a multi-eventer it is supposed to be, competing in every race today so far. And there's no doubt you're going to see him back in the relays as well. We're still awaiting as we see now I see now the indication from the finish line that they're ready. They're now on the starters' orders and they're on their marks. Remember, in this one, you have Jackson, Yard, Grant, Jones, Garnett, Hudson, Aline, Jackman, and Hunt. Well, they will not suspended. Something probably isn't right yet. Or it doesn't sit right with either one of the athletes or the starters. And there we go. Now off and running, and we see on the outside there in lane number 6, Alina House making up the stag on everyone. And on the inside, a very quick running lad there. Looks like in lane number 2, O'Shea Grant. He spins out the turn. Hudson is trying to go with them. This Grant is Grant. Oh no, he's going to lose it now at the finish line. Lane number 6, Aline and Grant. Hudson was in there looking pretty good. Kobe Hudson looked very, very smooth coming off the turn. I was kind of surprised that he didn't go with them. Maybe he didn't have the leg speed or turnover as the other guys, but I know for a fact his conditioning, being a quarter miler and stuff, his conditioning should have kept him there. Maybe he just didn't have the pace, the leg speed. So we're going to move on now to the under 17 girls. And we are going to see the battle in this one in the middle of the track, the middle lanes. The record for this stands at 25.40 seconds, set in 2000 by Sharon Laurier. I know for a fact one of these athletes in this race went under that time already for the year. So maybe that record is in jeopardy. So we're going to see a three-way battle, I'm going to call it, between Jalea Denny. You saw her slamming the field in the 100 meters, narrowly missing out on the record. And then we have Sarah Bell, that very impressive young lady transferring from Princess Margaret. And of course, that rivalry between Jalea Denny and Leilani Haddock will continue in this 200 meters. So the ones to watch in this one, lane number 3, 4, and 5, Denny, Bell, and Haddock. And Bell has the advantage of having Haddock and Denny on either side of her. So she is going to be pushed all the way. Denny also has the advantage of having both of these competitors in front of her on her right. So again, that's going to be inspiration for her. Haddock is running blind, so to speak, in lane number 5 because both of the top competitors, as I call it in this one, they're going to be on her left and out behind her until they come off the turn. So we'll have to see what kind of game plan Lani Haddock implements for this 200 meters. Because remember, I would have witnessed Jalea Denny running a sub 25 seconds on Saturday at the BC track meet in lane number 8. So it will be interesting to see if she can repeat that performance today. with two of the strongest competitors in front of her. So here we are. We're ready to go. And lane number 1 from House. We have Leacock from House in lane number 1. And lane 2 from Wellington House, Alicia McNichols. And lane 3 from Lynch House, Jalea Denny. She's the one to watch. And lane number 4 from Innes House, it's very impressive Sarah Bell. And lane number 5 from Talma House, Leilani Haddock. And lane 6 Shakai Blackman from Innes House. And lane number 7, we see Rashana Padmore from Talma House. And in lane number 8 from Skeet House, Joanna Myrie. But I'm going to predict the running is going to happen in lanes 3, 4, and 5. And this one, Denny Bell Haddock. On. 25.40 seconds is the record for that under 17 girls. It was a brilliant run from Julia Denny. She watched everyone in front of her and she really ran them down. And we must give credit to Sarah Bell. Very determined run there, running back at the two of them. I have no idea what's wrong with Haddock. She didn't look comfortable in the last 20, 30 meters or so. She really didn't look too comfortable. And then moving on to the under 17 boys, the record for this one stands at 21.81 seconds. This was set in 2015 by Josiah Atkins. In lane number 1, we see from Lynch House, Young Newton. In lane number 2, from Skeet House, Jabari Mears. In lane number 3, Shaquan Trotman, Talma. In lane number 4 from Innes House, see Hines. And we have Nathan Crawford Wallace from Skeet House in 5. In lane 6, Raheem Tate Best. Again, in 6 from Innes House. In lane 7, from Tom House, Rachel Walks. And in lane number 8, we see Young Shepherd. Also from Tom House, Shepherd in lane number 8. So these are the competitors in the under 17 boys, 200 meters. And I'm not going to call this one, but Tate Best has been looking very, very quick over the shorter distances, and he has the endurance, so we'll see. And there they are, Off and running, and Tate Best going out already like a bullet. Raheem Tate Best, a man on a mission. On the inside, coming up on the inside, we see Trotman. Tate Best, but Tate Best is really showing his dominance. Those long legs, striding. Here comes Trotman, but he's not going to catch him now. Raheem Tate Best glances to his left, looks back, unsportsmanlike, tells him to come forward, come and catch me. Remember last time that happened, the youngster from Jamaica at the Carifta Games looked back to tell him come catch me, and everyone ran past him at the finish line. A very dangerous thing to do, and not too professional. But Raheem Tate Best showing his dominance. And we're moving up now to the under 20 girls. After these 200 meters, I'm going to give you the results of the 100 meters. And we are going to move on to everyone's favorite event in the track and field meet, the relays, the 400-meter relays, the mixed. You have the mixed parents dashes, the teacher race, the old scholars race, all over 100 meters. The sprint medley for under 15 girls and the junior boys, and also the 4x4 meter relays for the under 20 girls, and the boys 4x400 meter relay open. So we see the under 20 girls going through their paces and getting the starts right and making sure that they get the best start possible. I'm sure that Hannah Connell, there in number 5, she's not going to want a repeat of what happened in the 100 meters. So we're all waiting now, eagerly awaiting the start of this one. Can Hannah Connell repeat this? I've been the sprint, do the sprint double today at the Foundation Interhouse Sports. So we go in lane number 1, Natasha Tempro from Innes House. In lane number 2, Natasha Small, Otama. In lane 3, from Wellington House, Jai Williams. In lane number 4, from Skeet House, you have Yearwood. In lane number 5, Hannah Connell. In lane 6, Tiana Bowen of Skeet House. In lane number 7, representing Tama House, we have Gibson, Laniquid Gibson. And in lane number 8, from Tama House, Tiana Rouse. I would give my call this for Hannah Connell. I'm sure that my colleague, good esteemed colleague and mentor Michael Jules, he would agree with me on that one if he were here. There they go, off and running. Connell looking nice. There goes Bowen. She has to run out early because she really has to make it a chasing game for Connell. Hannah Connell coming off the turn now. This stride for stride. This is where Connell has to go, and she's going. Tiana Bowen trying to hold on. She's coming back at her now, but she's not going to catch Connell. Connell is going to. Is she all dead heat on the line? Hannah Connell started to tie up maybe 10 meters from the finish line. I'm not certain why. She looked so comfortable going down the straight, and she looked like she had it all sewn up until that last 10 meters or so, where something just didn't look right. Her stride pattern changed. Her arm started to drop a little, and we all know that as a sprinter, that's not a good sign. But she did well, try to hold on, but we have to wait for the official result. Maybe Tiana Bowen clipped her on the line. Now we move on to the big boys. The man to watch in here, Josiah Atkins, Deshaun Trent there as well. And Shashamani Kelman, very useful athlete. Those boys are in there, so we're after remember after these we are going to move on to the 4 by 100 meter relays, or the 400 meter relays as they call them. We like to call them 4 by 1s, but realistically, every athlete doesn't necessarily travel 100 meters. It's a baton that travels 400 meters around the track. So it's really the 400 meter hurdles, 400 meter relays, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm really going into BSAC already. So you see the big boys getting in there themselves ready. The record for the under 20 boys 200 meter dash stands at 21.60 seconds, set in 2000 by Willan Louis. Oh, I bet he remembers when. So we're just waiting. Like I always say, the big boys always have to go through so much. You wonder how much of it is really for them to be prepared, and how much is it for sure. But I was seeing from my vantage point that Hannah Connor looked a little uncomfortable as she was walking away from the finish line. She had to get a little assistance, but she looks pretty okay now. She just looked a little uncomfortable in that dying stages of the race. She had everything going for her, everything sewn up. It just goes to show you never win the race until you cross the finish line. But Interhouse Sports is a sports that you can, like young Tate Best, showboat a little. I'm sure he's not going to be doing that at BSAC, where the stakes are a lot higher. So we're going to see some familiar names in this one as well, the under 20 boys. Remember, the record is 21.60 seconds, set by Willan Louis in 2000. In lane 1, you're going to see from Skeet House, Andy Warner. That's a new name for me. I haven't seen him for the day. In lane number 2, from Talma House, Ari Rivera. In lane number 3, from Innis House, Natari Worrell. In lane 4, from Wellington House, Brandon Hoyt. In lane number 5, Kofi McCollin, it looks like, replacing Josiah Atkins. In lane number 7 is Deshaun Trent. And in lane number 8, Jared Prescott from Skeet House. And here we go again, another change. Skeet House in lane number 8, Kevin Briggs. Back on the track. Briggs, I saw him earlier sitting in the stands. Briggs replacing Jared Prescott. We have a scratch in lane number 3, it looks like. Natari Worrell from Innis House, he's out. So Briggs, just with a different dynamics to this race. And there they go. Kevin Briggs. On the inside, Shashamani Kelman making a nice run coming off the curve. Briggs still has slight lead, and on the inside of them in lane number 4, trying to close them down, Brandon Hoyt. But Briggs is out of it, so it's come down to Kelman and Trent, Deshaun Trent. I wonder what happened to Briggs. I took my eyes off the monitor for a minute, and he just disappeared. So it looks like Deshaun Trent holding off Shashamani Kelman for the 200-meter dash in the under 20 boys. Coming up next year, going to be seeing the under 13s, under 15s, under 17s, and under 20s in the 400-meter relays. And while we are with those, we are going to give you some we're going to give you some results of the 100 meters. So in the under 13 girls 100 meter finals, in 8th position from Skeet House, 16.05 seconds, Serena Edwards. 7th position, 15.70 seconds, also of Skeet House, Adara Stoddard. In the 6th position from Wellington House, 15.60 seconds, Bethany Aline. In 5th position from Ennis House, 14.42 seconds, Desani Waith. In 4th position from Ennis House, 14.29 seconds, Joshua Paris. In the top 3 in 3rd position from Tama House, 14.26 seconds, Naja Goldstone. 2nd position goes to, from Ennis House, at a time of 14.25 seconds, Gabrielle Anderson. And winning the under 13 girls 100 meter dash for 2017 champion for the Christchurch Foundation Track and Field Championships with a time of 14.09 seconds, Kiara Hunt. And then the under 13 boys, and you see those girls running way slower than the record of 12.80 seconds, almost 2 seconds slower. And the under 13 boys, we see at 8th position from Lynch House, 15.03 seconds, Dimitri Pooler. In 7th position, 14.83 seconds, Jaden from Tama House, Jaden Phillips. In 6th position, 14.17 seconds, representing Ennis House, Kyle Johnson. In 5th position from Tama House, 14.12 seconds, Daniel Thomas. And 4th position from Wellington House, 13.85 seconds, Shatori Eversley from Wellington House, I said before. And in 3rd position, 13.83 seconds from Skeet House, Isaiah Folks. In 2nd position, representing Skeet House, 13.79 seconds, Jaden Grant. And the under 13 boys champion in the 100 meter dash with 13.79 seconds from Ennis House, Shane Trotman. Remember, the record still stands at 13 seconds flat. And the under 15s, under 15 girls 100 meters, 8th position, 16.28 seconds from Ennis House, Ashley Brathwaite. 7th position, representing Skeet House, 14.82 seconds, Sophia Brathwaite. 6th position from Tom House, 13.67 seconds, Tyra Aline. In 5th position, 13.65 seconds, representing Skeet House, Leah Griffith. In 4th position, 13.64 seconds, representing Tama House, Shiara Chase. In the top 3, 3rd place from Ennis House, 13.52 seconds, Rihanna Morris. 2nd, 12.87 seconds, Lynch House's Janae Goodman. And the winner of the under 15 girls 100 meter dash 2017, 12.80 seconds from Wellington House, Kyla Cummins. And we look at the record, and we see young Kyla Cummins missed out the record for the under 15 girls, 12.70 seconds. Hard luck for her. In the under 15 boys, 100 meters. Remember, the record for that is 11.20 seconds. Under 15 boys results are as follows. 8th position, 14.10 seconds from Lynch House to Sean Seeley. 7th position, 13.80 seconds, Skeet House's T. Hunt. 6th position, 13.41 seconds, representing Lynch House, Jadon Jackman. In 5th position, with 13.36 seconds from Tama House, Wayne Jones. In 4th position, 12.90 seconds from Tama House as well, Kyle Garrett. And the top 3, 12.80 seconds from Tama House again, Kobe Hudson. In second position, 12.22 seconds from House O'Shea Grant. And the winner, champion of the under 15 boys 100 meter dash, 12.20 seconds from Talma House again. Anthony Aline Talma House getting some major points in the sprints, in the boys' sprints. And the under 17 girls, 8th position, 14.25 seconds from Wellington House, Venetia McNichols. In 7th position, 14.17 seconds from Ennis House, Shakila Blackman. 6th position, 13.94 seconds from Lynch House, Lanisha Brathwaite. In 5th position, 13.82 seconds from Ennis House as well, Shania Smith. In 4th position, 13.27 seconds from Skeet House, Joanna Myrie. In 3rd position, 13.25 seconds from Talma House, Rishona Padmore. In 2nd position, 12.94 seconds from Talma House, Leilani Haddock, and the under 17 girls 100 meter champion with a time of 12.76 seconds, Jalea Denny of Lynch House. Moving on to the under 17 boys, where the record stands at 10.60 seconds. In 8th position from Wellington House, 12.51 seconds, Emmanuel Devonish. 7th position, 12.21 seconds from Ennis House, DeLeo Best. In 6th position, 12.01 seconds from Talma House, Shamari Shepard. In 5th position, 11.90 seconds from Skeet House, Nathan Crawford Wallace. 4th position, 11.89 seconds from Talma House, Rashia Walks. And the top 3, 3rd position, 11.6 seconds from Ennis House, Jean-Pierre Hines. 2nd position, 11.53 seconds, Raheem Tate Best. And the champion of the other 17 boys 100 meter dash with 11.43 seconds from Talma House, Laquan Trotman. Under 20 girls 100 meters. This is where it gets interesting. Said before, Natisa Tempero of Ennis House disqualified. 7th position with a time of 13.52 seconds from Talma House, Nadia Maynard. In 6th position with a time of 13.49 seconds, Natasha Small. In 5th position with a time of 13.36 seconds from Talma House again, Tiana Rouse. 4th position also from Talma House, 13.09 seconds, Laniqua Gibson. And the top 3, Wellington House is Jail Williams, 12.65 seconds in 3rd. Comes 2nd, running under the old record for the under 20 girls of 12.40 seconds. 2nd position, Tiana Bowen of Skeet House. And the champion of the under 20 girls 100 meter dash with a new record holder, 12.18 seconds after a very bad start, Hannah Connell. And in the under 20 boys 100 meters, 8th position, 12.03 seconds from Ennis House, Shane Thorne. 7th position, 11.73 seconds from Ennis House, Sharon Thompson. In 6th position, 11.60 seconds, Andy Warner. 5th position from Skeet House, 11.56 seconds, Chevy Ford. 4th position from Talma House, 11.55 seconds, Ari Riviera. The top 3 from Ennis House, 11.04 seconds, Terry Warren in 3rd. 2nd place goes to Shashamani Kelman, 11.02 seconds from Wellington House. And the under 20 boys 100 meter champion and new record holder with a time eclipsing the time of 10.87 seconds set by Kevin Briggs in 2016 with a new record 10.73 seconds, Josiah Atkins.
Remember, you're watching live coverage of the Foundation School Interhouse Sports live from the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. Coming up with me here right now, I have the coach of the Foundation School track team, Mr. Siebert Strawn, himself a former Olympian, athlete extraordinaire, and from one of the better schools on the island. And I'm being biased, that school being the Lodge School. We are, some say, winding down. We're at the relay stages right now of today's meet. Looking back from when you started this morning, or maybe even going before that, are you happy with the way the event has been proceeding?
Well, certainly, and good afternoon to all the viewers out there. I, yeah, I'm certainly we are very, we are extremely pleased after the sprint race because I mean sometimes it, the same athletes are going to be running all three relays, and when these races are finished, the athletes have no concerns in terms of injuries or anything. I think we are I think it's been a very positive day. It's not, as I said, only not here, but before we were, there are all our eliminations and the finals in terms of the field events, in terms of our preparations, in terms of our athletics team, because we don't start from January. We would have started back from September, and we started down at Browns Beach. And well, we do a lot of beach training, and we also we look at ways where we could have improved from last year, because if we want to be better, it's always hard to be a number one. And so certainly went back to the drawing boards, and we try to do things different and improvement in what we've been doing to our young charges, and I think at this stage now we are pretty pleased, but we're not extremely happy yet.
Wallace,
Yeah, so
don't go too far.
so I think that, I mean, going far from here now is that we certainly know that we might be should be at the company at the relay fair this weekend, and we will got to make some decisions in terms of some of our athletes in terms of who will compete at the relay fair. But one of the positive thing is that the competitiveness of our athletes is going to make make the selection of our team is very hard. It's going to be hard, but which to me is a good thing for in terms of how we move forward as a team, and how we can continue to produce good athletes for Barbados going forward.
You mentioned the relay fair team, but what everybody's looking at would be the big dog coming up from the 21st to the 24th, the 30th, and the 31st. Talking about the Barbados Secondary Schools Athletics Championships. I don't want to ask if you're ready because I know you're still doing that fine tuning, but how prepared are you for that event? I see you have the Nathan Crawford Wallaces. I see Kevin Briggs over there. Rivaldo Leacock. We saw some records going on from some of the guys and the ladies. Sorry. How ready are you for that?
But I'm certain that we are very pleased, because I must also thank to some of our athletes are coached privately by some coaches, and there are some are in clubs. So they must be given credit for in terms of the preparation of our athletes at this point in time. But I think, and compare this time to last year, I think we are extremely pleased at this point now, where I guess we will, as we're going to look back in terms of last year and this year, I think we probably is in second gear right now, and looking to punch further gears going forward. So again, the important thing is for our athletes to be healthy, because the good thing about us having our sports this early is that we have about probably 6 weeks in terms of how we prepare our athletes now, and we're going to be very strategic in terms of what events we will compete before inter-school sports.
Now, funny you mentioned that too. This is the earlier times that I've seen Foundation out of the blocks, for one. And you've broken a tradition of going to the national stadium by coming here. Your thoughts on the facility?
Well, I mean, I must say I'm pleased, because I remember it's unfortunate. Last year we was the first out of the blocks, But I mean, there was a school who got the dates earlier than us this time. I mean, we are not going to whine and dine about that. But I remember we approached our UWI last year and we had a site visit along with our principal and the PE department. And then we came back again. So there were very good positive communication with the two parties. So I must say I'm pleased, and I think we should be fortunate in Barbados that we have two athletic tracks that we're today. You got two secondary schools having their house events. So I mean, we must encourage, and I think we need to support what the UWI is doing. And I'm certain there is a lot of room of improvement. And I mean, it must commence a while like Sir Hilary Backles, who had a vision, as where he was the principal to put this kind of facility in Barbados. I'm certain that a lot of people want to know why it happened at that time. But I guess now in hindsight, I think it really was a master stroke. And I just say when you look, it have a lot of scope to develop. And as I said, in terms of ways of improvement, because I think one of the things that we really lack in Barbados is bringing a regional or international competition in Barbados. And I believe it can be held here. So I'm certain that I hope that I'll be able to talk the right person, the right ears, and I'm positive that they probably will listen, because bringing meets to Barbados, it helps a lot of people. Helps our economy. It helps our athletes to be against international competition, the vendors, the media, the hotels, the taxi drivers, transportation. It helps a lot of people in terms of how our country can develop. And I said the last thing was we had our last regional convention was in 2003, and I think that's a bit too late.
Do you think with facilities like this, and we are hopeful that work will soon get started on our major stadium soon, fingers, toes, ears, eyes, and everything else crossed, that we have, yes, we probably have the room stock to host another Carifta Games. But with this track, and probably once we get the National Stadium back up to par, do you think we could have that luck again to be the home of Carifta?
I certainly, because I mean the history of Barbados, we would have been the visionary Sir Austin Seeley of us hosting the first Creative Games, and I am positive that one thing about the athletic in these sporting thing, they love to come to Barbados because they are treated well, and I'm certain that we're hopeful that that we will get the things done that we're supposed to be done, where we can put all of these things in place so that these competitions can certainly come back to bars, because it really can help your economy. It helps the sports is a sports tourism factor again. You understand? So there's a lot of let's be hopeful that this can happen in the near future.
Okay, we're going to let you go back to getting things sorted out. We are getting ready for the 4x100s. This is the under 13 division, and I'm going to take a peek at the results here. These are the girls 200 meters. Let's see. Let's go back to event number 9, the girls 200 meter dash, and the other 13 girls. The record 27.28. Sorry, let's go back again. There's a new looks here. We have We have coming in first position Giselle Lashley Wilson of Lynch House, Kiara Hunt of Talma in second, Gabrielle Anderson of Innis House in third, Naja Goldstone of Talma in fourth, Bethany Aline of Wellington in fifth, Joshe Parrish of Innis House in sixth, Marion Seeley of Lynch House in seventh, and Serena Edwards of Skeet House. She brought up the rear in event number 9. I will tell you, based on what we're seeing here with some of these times and some of these races that have been going on, it is very, 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 very clear that we're going to have a fun-filled, fast BSAC.
That's very true. I will continue to review these after the 4x100 meter relays. We see the under 13 girls set up, so we're going to go back up top and get ready for these relays, and I'm going to keep you abreast of the 200 meters. Some records have fallen in there as well. So we're going to let you know who the new record holders are, and we're going to try to have an interview with all of them at the end of the championship.
Yeah, we have already sorted that out, so they should be coming at the end of the championship so that we would have an idea not only of how it feels to break that record, but how their preparations are going for BSAC. And inside of that, it isn't the picture is a broader picture than just BSAC. We're also looking at the Carifta Games and also the Pan Am Juniors that's coming up as well. So as you return to the studio, I'll just continue until you get back.
So we're back in the studio, and we see three teams. They're ready for the first relay, the under 13 girls 4 by 100-meter relay. And it's very disappointing, actually, because there are 5 houses. And we only see from Skeet House, Talma House, and Wellington out there in lanes 5, 6, and 7. No, I'm wrong. In 4, 5, and 6, it looks like 2 Talma House teams. In 4 and 6, and the Skeet House in 5. I am waiting to get the confirmation there. Mr. Carter, I'm going to wait for the stadium announcer, Mr. Brian Carter, to see if he's going to clarify this for me when he calls the lane assignments again. Because as I said, relays are usually the big thing in sports, and I find now lately a lot of house sports are struggling to find athletes at the end of the day for the relays, and it's very sad because this is also a part of development. So we're going to go through the lane assignments again. So it's supposed to be Ennis House in 3. Yeah, she's now going on to the track there. Ennis House in lane number 3. Ennis House in 3. Lane 4 in Talma A. Lane 5 Skeet House. And looks like Lynch House in 6. Lynch House in 6. So we're just getting the final confirmation from the various hand takeover points. Make sure they're ready. So once again, to confirm, Ennis in 4, Talma in Ennis in 3, Talma in 4, Skeet House in 5, and Lynch in 6. And they're on the starters' orders. Final You see Mr. Basil Cox helping these youngsters as they get ready for the relays. He always does that. Make sure the younger ones. He's very patient with these under 13s, and at knapsack he's very patient with all the kids. And there they go off and running. Let's see who's going to hand over first. In is Thomas, Skeet, and Lynch. And it looks like Thomas House making a run there. Sorry, Skeet House making a run there. Handing over first. Skeet House. Let's see, going up the back stretch now. Lynch House showing some nice high knees going up the back stretch. The athlete for Lynch House. And on the inside, Thomas House running them down. And we have Ennis House on the inside, but on the outside, Lynch House still holding on. As a matter of fact, extending the lead. A brilliant third leg there from Lynch House. Their handover first. Final 100 meters. You have Lynch House. Talma runs past Lynch now coming down the straight. 50 meters to go. It's all Talma House. Talma House getting points again. Talma House, the winner of the first relay, the under 13 girls 4x100 meter relay. A little disappointed if the handover aren't as crisp as you were accustomed seeing at BSAC and or knapsack.
I was the coach.
Kimberly, you go hold that? But that thing man coming down in
I mean, I want. Should I say something? Oh, I want to take a picture with this. I'm about to take a picture with the mic like as though I am. I can take a picture. You might like. Are you talking? I can't find it. I'm sorry.
Me? No, the corn.
Okay, can you get to her when finish?
You all want to talk to me?
Yes. Okay, so we're ready to go. We relays are so exciting that we happen to have moved outside. We happen to have moved outside for this one, so I want to get up close and personal with these relays. So I'm going to stand here next to the stadium. And we're going to so we have in lane number 3 Interhouse, lane 4 Lynch, lane 5 Talma, and lane 6 Wellington, and Skeet House out there in lane number 7. So these are the under 15 girls 400 meter relays. So we're going to see which house brags being the most dominant in the under 15s. It's a lovely day outside, nice and sunny. We still have a nice breeze as well, so you're not feeling the sun as much. So maybe that's what kind of loan itself to some of the phenomenal times we saw in some of the events as well. So here you have the stadium announcer with the lane assignments again. Lane 3 Ennis, lane 4 Lynch, Talma, lane 6 is Wellington, and 7 is Skeet House. So that all of you take over ready, and right away take over number 1 isn't ready yet. Officials aren't pleased with what they're seeing. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we're good to go. 400 meter relay under 15 girls, ready to go. Starter Mr. Basil Cox just received the flag from the finish line, and he puts them on their mark. And there they go, off and running on the 15 girls relay. And right away on the outside, you see Wellington House. Wellington House making it a stagger ready. They're already in the lead. And on the inside, Ennis House tracking nicely. Wellington House hands over first. Ennis House fumbles the baton. Wellington House going to the back stretch, but they're being challenged now. But Skeet House is holding on for dear life on the outside. Wellington House still in the lead. Wellington House still hands over first. Skeet House is going across. Wellington and Skeet. Here comes Skeet House now. Skeet House pouring past Wellington House. 50 meters to go in this second last handover. Skeet House takes the lead. Let's see if they can maintain it. Wellington House has a nice run off. Skeet House, Wellington House. Skeet House, Wellington House. Here goes Wellington House running away from Skeet now. Wellington House, you saw this young lady in the 4. You saw this young lady in the 2. You saw this young lady in the 1. Across the finish line now. Wellington House, under 15 girls relay champions. Okay, so you see the relays getting excited, and we're waiting. If that's what the under 15 girls have to offer, we're going to wait and see what the under 15s have to offer. It promises to be something special. I see again in there the familiar face of Kobe Hudson. He's doing everything, wearing his familiar Kobe 03 shirt. He's going to factor into this relay as well. Kobe Hudson As I said, at this stage, these athletes are multi-eventers, and he's really showing his talent, being able to run in every distance, and not just run, no number compete at the highest level. So the under 15, we only have 3 teams in the under 15 boys. Lynch House. Lane 5 is Tama. Lane 6 Wellington. Lynch House in 3. Tama in 5. Wellington in 6. Lanes 3, 5, and 6. Lynch, Tama, and Wellington. All right, so we're ready to go. There they go on the 15 boys. Lynch, Tama, Wellington. And there goes Tama House. Tama House making a stagger already. Tama House, Kobe Hudson running the backstretch for Tama, but he's going to be challenged now. The Lynch House athlete coming on the backstretch, running like a bullet. Kobe Hudson with those long, elegant strides of his, but that doesn't bode well for the 100 meters. And we now have a race on our hands. Tama House trying to run away from them again. Lynch thought they were in with a chance. Let's see who's the final handover. Tama House, Lynch House. This is going to be good. Tama Lynch, Tama Lynch, Tama Lynch. It looks like Tama House, Lynch House trying to get there. Tama House pulls away at the end. It looks like to me from this vantage point, Tama House from Lynch House. That's how I call it, but I'm not the official, so I can't give you the official result. We're going to move on to the under 17 girls, and if you thought that was hot, you're going to see something special in this one. So under 17 girls, 400 meter relay. So we have 4 teams in this one. Lane 6, Talma House. Lane 5, Innis. Lane 4, Wellington. And lane 3, Skeet House. Interestingly enough, I'm not seeing Julia Denny in this setup for her house in the relays. Maybe they just decided to let someone else get a chance to run. Or maybe she went straight up to the anchor leg. Let's see. There's only 2 positions that she could be running in for either anchor or second. I'm not seeing her at the second handover. So if you don't see her at the anchor leg, then we know that she opted not to run, or maybe her host teachers opted not to let her run. But nonetheless, this still has the makings of a very interesting relay. Lane 3, Skeet House. Lane 4, Wellington. Lane 5, Innis. And the lane 6, Talma. So now they're on the starters' orders. There they go. Nice clean start. Remember, Skeet, Wellington, Innis, Talma. And we see right away Innis House making a run on the outside there in lane number 5. But on the inside of them, we're getting a challenge coming up on the inside. It looks like Wellington House. No, that's Skeet House. But the 2 out front runners, Talma and Innis, a battle on there first and second. Talma and Innis. Innis hands over very smoothly. Talma looking comfortable coming around the curve. Innis running very fast, trying to maintain that slight advantage coming off the bend. Who's going to get the baton first? Looks like Sarah Bell, Talma and Innis. Talma and Innis. Sarah Bell anchoring for Innis. And they cross the line now. Innis House champion, Sarah Bell, anchoring and doing her little celebration dance at the end. So we're moving on swiftly. I must give credit to the officials at the check-in and finish line, trying to keep things flowing as smoothly as possible. We're moving on to the under 17 boys, and we see them coming out now on the track. Let's see if we have a full field or if we're going to be disappointed again. I see 1 team. I see 2 teams. Three and 4. So let's see. In lane 7 for the under 17 boys, Skeet House. In lane 6, Wellington. In lane number 5, Talma. And in lane number 4, Innis House. So under 15 boys on the line. I'm still awaiting the points spread. So we're going to try to get all of that to you before we close broadcast today. Point spreads, champions. We're going to promise you to try to get all of the record holders out there for a final interview. So let's go again in lane 4, Interhouse. In lane wrong, that's under 17 boys. In lane 4, Interhouse. In lane 5, Talma. In lane 6, Wellington. And in lane number 7, Skeet House. We're just waiting confirmation from all the handover, the takeover points, that they're ready. Should be noted the record for the under 17 boys. Record for the under 17 boys 400-meter relay stands at 45.52 seconds, set in 2015. So once again, Lynch in Ennis in 4, Talma in 5, Wellington in 6, and Skeet in 7. Nice clean start again, and looks pretty even so far. Now the athlete there in lane number 6 from Wellington House making his move. Wellington House clear leaders right now. Handover, fumble the handover, Wellington. And here we have the race, the back end, and on the inside of that, Talma House running nicely, and Ennis House as well. Talma and Ennis. Ennis hands over first, Talma second. Ennis House. Ennis House in the lead. Final handover. Ennis House still in the lead. And here comes Talma trying to run him down. I don't think he has enough real estate. That's Raheem Tate Best anchoring for Ennis. Tate Best wins. Ennis House wins. Everybody's happy for Ennis House. The winners of the under 17 boys 400-meter relay. Now we're moving up to the big girls. Under 20. Oh, I think I saw what happened. It looks like Denny's going to run a leg in the under 20 girls relay. She's certainly good enough to handle herself in that age category. I think going with the times that I've been seeing with the 100 for the 100 meters. Should make a handy addition. So let's see. Which leg is she going to run? It looks like she's going to be anchoring. Looks like she's going to be anchoring there in lane number 3. Wellington, it looks like in 3. Am I correct? Don't let me jump the gun. Let me confirm with the officials one last time. Just so you know, relays, first place is 12 points. Second is 9. Third is 6. Fourth is 3. And fifth is 2 points. So it looks like Denny, I will stand corrected, is out here in lane number 7, her house. On the 20 girls, Skeet House, and that's Lynch House in 7. Lynch in 7, Skeet in 6. Lynch in 7, Skeet in 6. On the inside of them in 5, Talma. I'm not seeing Ennis House. And in 3 is Wellington. So the under 20 girls really getting ready to roll. Denny Upton, teacher is pulling her out of the under 17. She's going to anchor the under 20s. That's a big task for her. So let's go through them again. We have Wellington in 3, Talma in 5, Skeet in 6, and Lynch in 7. So let's see. Is this showing a weakness in Lynch House that they don't have enough quality on the 20 girls, or is Jalea Denny just good enough? We saw Sarah Bell anchoring that on the 17 relay for her host. They're doing a wonderful job. So let's see if the fates are in Jalea Denny's favor as well. Remember, the baton has to go around the track. Relay 101, get the stick around. Right, so they're on the starters' orders on the 20 girls. And there they go, Wellington out, going up the backstretch, going up the curve now. We see on the outside, it looks like Skeet House making a stagger on everyone. Good handover from Skeet, good handover from Lynch. Skeet House, Lynch House, all the rest are far behind. Skeet House dominating the backstretch. Lynch House. Skeet House hands over first again. Lynch House gives up some ground, but here they come powering their way back. Final handover coming up. This is going to be interesting because I see someone moving up on the inside. You got Denny, and this is a race for the finish, and here comes the young Jalea Denny. Can she run down the athlete? I don't think she can. Maybe if she had a little more space. So it's going to be Skeet's House first, Lynch second, Jalea Denny holding her own there. I think that was Tiana Bowen who anchored for Skeet House, but Jalea Denny, under 17 athlete, anchoring the under 20s, doing a spectacular job. Crossing the lane second. Skeet House, the unofficial winner of the under 20 girls 400-meter relay. And we're moving on to the big boys, under 20 boys. Once again, I'm seeing 4 teams in the under 20 boys relay. Let's see if we get the relay assignments correct. In lane 3 should be Lynch House in 3. Lane 4 is Wellington. Lane number 5, Skeet House. And in 6, Ennis House. So we have the lane assignments correct. It's Lynch in 3, Wellington in 4, Skeet in 5, Ennis in 6. And we have some results for the 200 meters. And it looks like we have another record broken. So we're going to get to that as soon as we finish the under 20 boys 400 meter relay. Once again, Lynch in 3, Wellington 4, Skeet in 5, Ennis in 6. Those are the houses competing in the under 20 boys 400 meter relay. It would be interesting to see the split that Denny ran in that in that 400 meter relay. So the under 20 boys 400 meter relay are ready to go. They're on the starters' orders. He puts them on the mark. And he asks them to stand. And we're ready to go again. Reset the button. Ready to go. And there they go. Nice clean start. And we see that's Wellington House making the most of the run in the first leg. Wellington House, handover, looks good. Wellington, and on the outside of Wellington, it looks like Ennis House. Wellington and Ennis. Wellington gets a beautiful handover there. Ennis House on the outside, tracking nicely. Wellington House still running. Oh no, here comes Ennis. Wellington fading. And we have a race on our hands coming down the home stretch. It's Wellington, Ennis. Wellington, Ennis, too close to call from my vantage point. I'm going to leave that for the officials at the finish line. But what a race between Wellington House and Ennis House. And the record for that. So we're moving on with the under 15 girls 800-meter sprint medley. And we're going to see the athletes running 4 legs. First leg 100 meters, second leg 100 meters, third leg 200 meters, and the fourth leg is that very important fourth leg 400 meters. So that's what makes or breaks these relays, that 400-meter leg. So let's see. I see in lane number 4, in lane 4, Interhouse, in lane 5, Wellington, in lane number 6, looks like Talma, and in lane 7, Lynch House. So it's Ennis, Wellington, Talma, and Lynch. These are the 4 teams. I'm not seeing Skeet in this one. The 4 teams competing for the right to call themselves relay champions of the under 15 girls sprint medley relay. Once again, just remind you, you're here at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex, and the athletes are running on the Ryan Braffett track. It's a lovely day, as you can see, nice sunshine. And if you watch the shirts of the officials and the flags, it's a very breezy day. The athletes go forward to their staggered lines. We get ready for the start of this one. The record for the under 15 girls medley relay was set in 2014, and it stands at 2 minutes 3.08 seconds. Skeet in 3, Ennis in 4, Wellington in 5, Talma in 6.
Perry, I just want to let you know, and our viewers know that a little bit later today from tonight, you'll have the results coming up on the schools.bb site for the Christchurch Foundation School. That is ccfs.schools.bb. And on there, you would have the results, the times, the records, the interviews, and that will be updated from this afternoon going on.
So you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. You know. If you think you've missed it, you really haven't. You can check back later and get all that nice. As we were speaking, I see the 15 miraculously appearing. So we have a full field. And the under 15 girls 800-meter sprint medley, Skeet House in 3. Skeet House joins us in 3. So it's Skeet in 3, Ennis in 4, Wellington in 5, Talma in 6, and Lynch in 7. Yeah, Skeet House, they came late. They arrived at the party late, but they're here nonetheless. First 3 legs will be run in the lanes, and the final leg, the ankle leg, that 400-meter leg, they'll run scratch, and go break into lane number 1. House, and we see she's being challenged now. 200 meters to go. House still holding on. Can she hold on? 150 meters left. That's always a bad sign when you see an athlete running, look at the feet or look over the shoulder. House still trying to hold on for dear life. House holding on. Still all Thomas. She's going to hold on now. Crossing the line. House. House second. Looks like Lynch third. Skeet fourth. No, Skeet House finishing now, actually. So we're moving on to the under. We're going to move to the junior boys sprint medley. The junior boys sprint medley. We're still going to get the results for this as well. And in the junior boys sprint medley, look who's there again. In lane number 5, House, and you see that familiar Kobe 03 shirt. So Kobe Hudson is in there again. How I have to tabulate how much meters this young lad ran today. He ran the 4, he ran the 2, he ran the 1, he ran 100 in the 4x1, and now he's back here to run. It looks like he's going to anchor the 400 meters. So a big workload for Kobe Hudson today. But it's all in the name of getting those valuable points for your host. And Kobe Hudson is doing his part.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't find him to be the Victor Ludorum in the junior section.
He very well may be. Because as it can prove, he was dominant in some of his events. He gathered points in all of his events.
And the unfortunate thing is we would not have been following from the eliminations phases. So we wouldn't know whether or not he would have participated in the, say, for example, the field events or the 800 meters. And these were done last week at the school. For example, I know that Wallace, Nathan Crawford Wallace, he has won in his division all of his field events. So that's 30 points right there. So he won high jump, he won the long jump, he won the triple jump, he won the javelin, he won the discus, he won the shot put. So that's 60 points. That's 6 events right there. And he's participating in all the field events. Then to come out here and take part in this. Or the 2. Yep. Right. And we don't know what would have happened in the 8 because we aren't running 8s here today, I don't think. No. Right? And that would have been done in the lead up to this. So we got to pay a close attention to this because a lot of these students would have been running from before and participating in other events at the school. We saw Kevin Briggs. He was a favorite in that race that we saw a couple of 200, and we saw him pull up. But the problem with Kevin is, and I was talking to one of the coaches, Kevin has been having some injuries. His hamstring is giving trouble. He technically was not supposed to run today, but he still got into this race to get a feel for it. We saw him pulling up at the 100 and dropping out of the race. And he has to be in tip-top shape if he is to A, get a part in the school team for BSAT. I'm certain he's going to be looking at trying to get onto the Carifta team, because I remember correctly last year he was not a part of it because he was too young. I think now he is of age, right? And as you will find that a lot of them are looking as well to... Did he just drop the baton?
Yes, he did. We're going to get back to that. Wellington House left the baton at the start line. That's interesting. He, he actually ran and left the baton at the start. I like the form of this lad in the green shirt going at the back. She's nice and tall. And on the outside, I think that looks like, is that, they're not wearing their house colors, so it's kind of hard to differentiate, but that looks like House. It looks like House. Yes, House. Kobe Hudson now takes over. Kobe Hudson, and we see that very familiar gait of his going up around the bend. Kobe Hudson, he has a very efficient stride, Kobe Hudson. His legs don't look like they're turning over fast, but yeah, but his stride is very, very efficient and effective. See him glancing over his shoulder. No need to do that right now. No one in the frame with him. It looks like he has maybe a good 50-meter lead almost on the second place team. And Kobe's making it look so easy. Glancing over his shoulder in the bend. Always remember that. It's okay to glance in the bend. Don't ever glance over on the straight because you're already going around. So it's a slight look. I know I for one don't mind my athletes glancing in the bend and for these fours and stuff like that or eights because you're already going around the bend, so you don't have that far to look. But Kobe Hudson extending the lead, that's like 60, 70 meters. Kobe Hudson now opening up his legs some more if that's even possible. Finishing now, Kobe Hudson for House. House wins the junior boys sprint medley relay. Yeah, it's a huge gap. And he like I was saying, his leg speed doesn't look that fast, but his stride is very, very efficient. Right, but everything is happening here on the track with these relays. We just saw in the junior boys medley relay, the athlete running and leaving the baton at the start, having to go back. Last time I saw something like that happen was way back when the Norgrove twins were running for the law school, and I remember that 4x4 well. Fabian Norgrove, I think it was, ran out of the blocks, left the baton in the starting blocks. He rested in the back of the starting blocks so he can set the blocks. And when the race started, he ran about 5 meters before he realized he had nothing in his hands, ran back to the starting blocks, took the baton, passed almost everyone, and in the last 50 meters of the race, Law School went on to win the 4x4 100-meter relay. And that was epic. I remember that well. We have a lot of into a little fun phase. I see Mr. Siebert strong on the track. Is he running, or is he holding the space for someone? These are the parents. I think I heard the name Kimar Roach mentioned. I could be mistaken, but they have. and the stadium announcer calling the names. They're not listed on my official sheet, so I'm going to go with what he says. There, I know this face, Ford. He was past student, and he was the former head boy of the school. Kamal Ford, I remember him well. I think I taught him at primary school as well. That would be the Cuthbert Moore Primary some years ago, but Kamal Ford. So this would have to be the old scholars race. And we have, it's like Keemar Roach, the guests in this race. So it doesn't matter, just having a little bit of fun for this event here. Taking some of tension off of the athletes, trying to get a little more participation from the spectators. So these are the past students, and they're just going to see if they still have what it takes, and if they can still beat who they were beating, and if I can beat the person who was beating me all the time. And there they go, nice off and running, and you saw the two gentlemen on the outside shake hands as they ran past the finish line. We're just having a little bit of fun. We're breaking for a little bit of fun. While that's going on, I'm going to try to get in the results for the 100 meters. So you can enjoy the spectacle of the fun events while I try to hear them calling for the parents race. So I'm sorry, the 200 meters is what I meant. I called the 100 meters before. And we have a record in the 200 meters as well. We're going to get to that. So let's get rolling. The under 13 girls 200 meters in 8th position. The time, let's see, in 8th position, that's the under 13 boys, sorry. In 8th position with a time of 33.86 seconds. John Pierre Prescott in 7th position. And he represented Skeet House. Represented Lynch House in 7th position, 33.36 seconds. Dimitri Pooler, 6th position, represented Wellington House, 32.64 seconds. Shatori Eversley, 5th position, representing Ennis House, 31.78 seconds. Kyle Johnson, 4th position, Tama Houses. Jaden Phillips, 31.58 seconds. 3rd position, Tama Houses. Nathan Seeley, 30.78 seconds. 2nd position, Tom House again, 30.68 seconds. Daniel Thomas, and the winner champion of the under 13 boys, 200 meters, 29.33 seconds. Isaiah Folks, the record still stands at 25.80 seconds. In the under 15 girls, 25.70 seconds was the record set in 2000 by Sheena Brathwaite. In 8th position, from Skeets House, 34.03 seconds. Sophia Brathwaite, 7th position from Skeets House, 32.51 seconds. Gabrielle Barnett in 6th position. Tom House's Shanae Canterbury, 31.28 seconds. 5th position, Skeet House's Liana Griffith, 28.68 seconds. 4th position, Tom House's Tyra Aline, 28.64 seconds. And the top three, 3rd place, Tom House again, Shiara Chase, 28.49 seconds. Janelle Goodman from Lynch House, 2nd, 27.47 seconds. And 1st place goes to Kyla Cummins from Wellington House, 26.03 seconds. Under 15 boys, 200 meters. In 8th position, 28.23 seconds. Wayne Jones. In 7th position, 27.64 seconds. Representing Lynch House, Jadon Jackman. In 6th position, representing Lynch House, 27.18 seconds. Nasir Jackson Yard. In 5th position, representing Skeet House, 26.36 seconds, Tion Hunt. In 5th position, representing Tama House, 26.32 seconds, Kyle Garnett. In 3rd position, representing Tama House as well, 25.44 seconds, getting some valuable points for himself and his team, Kobe Hudson. 2nd position from Lynch House, 25.39 seconds, O'Shea Grant, and winner champion of the under 15 boys 200 meters, with a time of 24.97 seconds, not troubling the record at all, Anthony Aline. Under 17 girls, the record 25.40 seconds, set in 2000 by Sharon Larrier. In 8th position, Talia Leacock, Talma House, 39.84 seconds. 7th position, Venetia McNichols, Wellington House, 30 seconds flat. In 6th position, Rishona Padmore, Talma House, 27.95 seconds. In 5th position, Shakila Blackman, Innis House, 27.34 seconds. In 4th position, Joanna Myrie, Skeet House, 27.18 seconds, and the top 3. And as promised, these 3 ladies were going to run at each other for the whole race. 3rd position, Lilani Haddock, Talma House, 26.03 seconds. And we have 2 athletes, one equaling the record. 2nd position, equaling the record, Sarah Bell, 25.40 seconds. And the new record holder and champion of the under 17 girls 200 meters, Jalea Denny, 25.34. Interestingly enough, she holds the record as well in the under 13 girls 200 meters, 27.28 seconds. And since there were no parents, no teachers or parents to run, we're moving on to, I was just told, they're moving on to the 4x4s. Yes, we're moving on to the 4x4s, which we will see the under 20 girls 4x4, and we're going to see the boys open 4x4 relay. I wonder if they're going to let Sarah Bell run in this under 20 girls 4x4. She runs a very good 4. I can attest to that. Well, I'm only seeing 3 teams. Let's hope that my list is correct. Lane 5, Talma House. Lane 6, Wellington. And lane 7, Skeet House. Talma, Wellington, Skeet, 5, 6, and 7. The record 4 minutes, 21.21 seconds, set in 2003. As we see Mr. Cox walking back up to his position at the top of the bend for the start of this one. Looks like we have another team in the mix coming up. Another fashionably late team. It looks like Skeet House. Am I correct? Skeet House going up there in lane number 7. No, we see Innis House coming in 4. Innis House in 4. Right, so it's Innis in 4. It looks like Hannah Connell leading off for Innis in 4. Talma House in 5. Wellington in 6. And Skeet House in 7. So this is the penultimate event on the program. Just to remind you, here at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex, Ryan Bradford track, first race ever to run on this track besides any meet from the University of the West Indies was a joint sports a few years ago with the two schools, primary schools, Cuthbertmore Primary and Eagle Hall Primary. First race was set off by Ambassador Ryan Brathwaite. That would have been the under 13 girls 400 meters, and we're off with the 4x4. Hannah Connell looking nice on the outside there. We see the athlete for Skeet House and Lane Savin cruising up the backstretch. Remember, it's 400 meters. Connell is running very hard. I don't know if she can maintain this pace all the way around. 200-meter mark, and she's made up the stagger. She's in second right now. So we have Ennis House in second. Skeet House in first. Coming off the bend now, 100 meters to go. It's Ennis and Skeet. Ennis and Skeet. Skeet House will hand over. Now Ennis House hands over second. So the race is between Ennis and Skeet. Ennis and Skeet. Wellington just handed over, and here comes Tom House handing over. Going up the back stretch. It's still Skeet House on the outside. Skeet House moving up the back stretch. Looking nice and confident. A powerful run going up the back stretch. I like to see the 400-meter runners running, lifting their knees and running 400 meters. It's not hard. It's not easy to run. But this young lady is making it look so easy. Skeet House. Skeet House. Coming off the bend for 100 meters. They're so far in front. Still 2 more legs to go. But Skeet House stamping their dominance. Just remember the record for this one, 4 minutes, 21.21 seconds, set in 2003. Ennis in second, Wellington third, Thomas struggling at the back and forth, but going at the back stretch, looking so comfortable. It's all Skeet's House. .200 meters to go in this leg. Skeet House still has the lead. She looks like she's coming off the gas a little. This is where your coaches would tell you to use your arms. Use your arms. You keep your arms moving. That helps propel you forward. And I know in this around this part of the race, the ground starts to feel like a mattress. Spongy. Skeet House being challenged now. Looks like being challenged by Wellington, but no, sorry, not Skeet. Ennis being challenged by Wellington. Skeet House hands over, final handover. Wellington now takes over from Ennis House. And like I was saying, Sarah Bell running the ankle leg for Ennis House, and she's a very decent 400-meter runner. Does she have what it takes to rub shoulders with these big girls? You see Sarah Bell taking out Wellington House already. It doesn't look like they're going to catch Skeet House today, but Sarah Bell is not one to give up. She's going to try her hardest to close the gap at least. It's all Skeet House just cruising, making it look so easy. 150 meters to go for Skeet House, and she's just jogging right now. Coming off the bend, 100 meters. It's all Skeet House. No one is in the picture right now. Here comes Sarah Bell now approaching the 100-meter mark. So Skeet House wins it now. And we have a battle on to the finish. Sarah Bell not giving up. This girl has the heart of a lion. Whoa. Sarah Bell. The girl just doesn't know when to give up. She doesn't know when to quit. You thought she was out of it, and she just seems to find that extra from somewhere. So, Talma House now coming in. So that's how they're finished, and we're now on to the final event on today's program, which would be the Boys Open 4x4. And remember, you're watching this live here at the Usain Bolt Sport Complex, Sports.bb. And I hope that you join us for the BSAT Championships a little later down in the season. And if this sports here is anything to go by, and the others that I've been at and seen, we're in for a very, very competitive BSAT, especially with the new zoning system that they've implemented. I think Springer got a little caught off guard with the zoning system. They were out of their realm, so to speak, and that's how they lost out. You have to understand the zoning system. All of the children, if you remember, casting mind back to BSAT, all of the under 13s, those children who ran in the under 13 division, they ran their hearts out. They didn't just run to place first. They ran for times because they came straight from the NATSAT program, and that's where we do zoning, and they understand the zoning laws and zoning rules quite well. So even if they were third, they ran for times. I don't think the Springer athletes did that. They ran for positions. So we're going to try to get the points for you. We're going to try to get the record holders. After the meet, we're going to get the interviews, and then as was promised, you can go back on and at a later date get to see the interviews as well. We're going to get the points in there as well. On the page, you're going to get the points update. So you're not going to be left in the dark. We're going to try to bring the full coverage to you. So we see a big field here for the final event. 4x4s, so many, all teams are there. It looks like we have a full field from lane 3 to 7. And it is in lane number 3, it should be Talma House in 3, Ennis in 4, Skeet House in 5, Wellington in 6, and Lynch in 7. And it's going to be quite difficult to identify some of these athletes because they're not wearing their house colors. I think that is something that Mr. Strawn needs to be very, very forceful with next year. You have to wear your house colors. Show your house pride. So, lane 3, Talma House. Lane 4, Ennis House. And lane number 5, Skeet House. In lane 6 is Wellington. And in lane number 7 is Lynch. So, once again, as I was saying, Mr. Strawn and his committee they need to enforce, you need to wear your house colors. You just can't show up in any color and run for your house. There's they don't show up. You don't show up in anything and run for your school. So maybe it starts there. So they're on the starters' orders. And you can weigh in on my comment if you want to. Feel free to weigh in, give me your input on it. We see going up there, Wellington House in 6th place, in lane number 6, moving up the backstretch, taking command of the race. Wellington House looking nice and smooth so far. Approaching the first end of the first 200 meters of the first leg of the 4x4 100-meter relay. Wellington House out front. This looks like a big gap here from Wellington House. This looks like Kamal Ali. Kamal Boyce. He's slamming them now in this first leg. Running away from the now. Wellington House in the lead. Still Wellington, but he is getting some company just now, the 200-meter mark. And they've given up the lead. Coming off the turn onto the home stretch. Interhouse now takes the lead. Hands over first. Interhouse is now in the lead. Wellington still there for a second. Skeet. Lynch struggling at the back. Approaching the 200-meter mark. And it's all Interhouse now. They're stronger than Indian file. There's a lot of daylight between all of them. Interhouse still leading. And we see them having some company. It looks like Talma House now takes the lead. It looks like Talma in this house in second. Oh, this is a very big lead. They're not going to catch him. You see the little, oh, someone is going to get lapped. So Tom followed by, it looks like Ennis by Skeet. Lynch finishing in now. No, Lynch is still on the track actually. 200 meters to go for this final leg for Lynch House. You hear the stadium announcer asking for everyone to put their hands together and encourage the youngster. And you hear Mr. Carter, Ricky Carter asking for special applause for the youngsters because the senior athletes refusing to run for their house. I think it takes a lot of heart to step out of your comfort zone, a lot of heart to step out of your age group. And I would give these youngsters a standing ovation. Very disappointing for the senior athletes not to want to show their pride, house pride. But then again, it's not up to me to judge. So that brings the curtain down on. That brings the curtain down on the 2017 Christchurch Foundation Interhouse Championships here at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. Beautiful facility, beautiful environment, nice sunny day, nice breeze. We hope again as a reminder to see you at the BSAC. And don't forget, feel free to log on later where we have updates and you're going to get interviews from the record holders, some of the other athletes, final point standings, all the good stuff that I know you're anticipating. My name is Perry Barnett on behalf of all of the members of Sports.bb. We thank you and goodbye.
Just a reminder, coming up in a few moments' time, we will bring you some interviews with the record breakers of the 2017 Christchurch Foundation School Interhouse Sports. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few moments.
2017, here at the Houston Bolt Sports Complex. I'm here standing with young Mr. Raheem Tate Best, and 15 years old, Raheem, and on the 17 division. Right. So, what are your pet events?
400 and 200.
4 and 2. You look very good today, and even in the 100. You've been putting in a lot of sprint work lately.
Yes, sir.
I remember Raheem Tate Best from Knapsack, a little youngster. I think it was under 11.
Yeah,
On the 11.
Yeah.
Right. When you dominated it on the 11s in your zone and went on to the finals as well. What's the transition been like from Knapsack to BSAC?
On the 11, I win, and on 13, I had the sports, and then I get injury in first farm. And then the next year run, I do that good. Then I get injury, and I back.
So we, barring no more injuries for Raheem Tate Best, what can we expect from Raheem Tate Best at BSAC this year?
I don't know, I coming to win.
So you're coming to dominate your age division. Any targets on the back of any person or any records you're looking to break or set this year?
I ain't got no records in mind, but I want to make career though.
Okay, so here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Raheem Tate Best. I set on the Carifta Prize. I wish him all the best. I've been following him for a long time now, and it's glad to see him in fine form, tip-top shape, no injuries, and we're going to hope that it continues this way for you, and you continue to improve as you go on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, and we're going to look at some other special athletes. We have some a youngster that everyone was shouting his name for the whole day. His nickname, Quano. He can correct me with the pronunciation of that as we go on. Yes, sir. Can you give me your full name and then a nickname?
My full name is Laquan Tremaine Trotman, and my nickname is Quano.
Quano, Shaquan Tremaine Trotman. How old? Laquan, sorry. How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
15. So you're also in the under 17 division.
Yes, please.
And what are your pet events?
The 100 and the 200.
And do you train with a track club?
Yes, please. I train with a high performance program.
Oh, HPP. The coach is Torn. Yes, he's been doing some good work. I remember Mario Burke went through Adrian Thorne as well. And what are you say your pet events are?
1 and 200.
100. So based on how you ran today, are you confident that you can factor into the BSAC and make it to the BSAC finals in your 1 and 200 meters?
Well, I think there's room for improvement, and I really hoping that I could actually get into the finals this year. So
Which parts of your race do you consider to be your weakest that you're going to work on to improve?
well, I have to work on my top end speed because it's not that strong. Because when I come home, I tend to slow down. So I would like to work on my top end speed.
Okay, well, we wish you all the best in this year's BSAC championship. Are we going to be seeing you at the relay fair as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're going to be looking out for Laquan Trotman, a.k.a. Quano, at the relay fair and the BSAC this year. Congratulations to him for his victories, and we wish you all the best. We're going to move on now to Mr. Nathan Crawford Wallace. Okay, and we're standing here with Mr. Nathan Crawford Wallace. Um, how old are you?
I just turned 15, January 28th.
Just turned 15, and he's in the under 17 division, first year.
Yes, please.
And what events did you compete in this year at your house sports?
Long jump, high jump, triple jump, 400, 200, 100, shot put, discus, javelin, and 1500.
That's a long list. I don't think I can remember all of that. That's a very long list. And how did you do in your field events?
I want all of them.
You won all of them. I saw you on the track. You don't look like an out and out field eventer only. You look like a up and coming multi eventer. So maybe we can see you in the Olympics in the future in the multi events.
Yes, please, I will try.
I like that you're trying. And this is I don't remember, and I don't think anyone watching will remember you from the knapsack because you didn't compete in knapsack.
No, please.
Right. So what message would you give to those athletes out there, those children who want to compete but they're either failing in the knapsack arena or they've never tried?
Just train hard every day.
Just train hard every day. And are you in a club?
No, please, I train for my school.
Okay, so Homegrown Talent from Christchurch Foundation. And while we're here, I just want to also say congratulations to Mr. Nathan Crawford Wallace, officially being declared the Victor Ludorum of the Christchurch Foundation Interhouse Championships for 2017. Well done.
Thank you.
You're a heavy field. You had shot put,
Discus,
discus,
javelin,
javelin, high jump, long
long
jump,
jump, triple jump, 4, 2, 1,
4 to 1.
and 15.
In other words, what motivates you to do that? Because you don't find a lot of field persons who do field venturing into doing like the track. Why is that so special for you?
I just want to be one of the greats. I just want everyone to remember my name. That's all.
Outside of the athletics, I know you're involved in a number of things. How do you balance? How's that balance achieved for you?
I don't know.
Mom helps, granny helps.
Yeah, my mom and grandmother helps a whole lot.
Tell us about your cheerleading team. I saw mom with her big black shirt, Wallace at the back, and thumbs up. What is that? The moniker that we can look for from you moving forward? Everything okay?
Yes, please, everything is okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
How are you looking to do for the BSAT coming up as Perry? And you're also looking to be on the lift there, which is this weekend. Are you looking for Carifta? Are you looking for Pan Am Juniors? What next?
Well, I want to qualify for Grifter. That's my first step. Then probably later on, I will try for the Olympics.
Now, for the benefit of your alumnus, those persons who are watching this in a little bit on ccfs.sports.bb, let them know why Omnibus Dice for Dice, I think it is. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not good at Latin. Right? Why that? And why they need to come out to BSAT and support the Christchurch Foundation.
Well, you need to come out and watch the champions win again. That's all I have to say.
Simple and to the point. Thank you again, Nathan. Right, and we're here with this young lady. I saw her on the track the whole day. Sometimes she was running and smiling. Can you give me your name, please?
My name is Kayla Cummings. Kayla Cummings.
Kyla Cummins. How old are you?
13.
13 years old. What form are you in?
Third farm.
Third form. And there's a reason why I asked that. So you're in the under 15 division.
Yes, please.
Do you train for track club?
No, please. I train with my school.
It's the homegrown Christchurch Foundation talent training at the school. I think a lot that says a lot to the other schools that don't train their athletes at school. What are your pet events?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. I saw you in the 100 as well. You sure that's not your pet event? You look very, very good in the 100. I must say I was impressed with your performance today. And what other events did you compete in? Because we know some of them were competed at school. Some of them contested at school. What other events did you compete in?
I did the 1, the 2, the 4, the 8, the 15, high jump, low jump, and javelin.
And how did you do in all of them?
I won the 8, the 15, high jump, and I came second in long jump and javelin.
Okay, and those performances were very great. And I must say, we're looking forward to seeing you at BSAT. What are your goals for BSAT?
To run 58 and hopefully do my best.
It's a little Carifta is still a little far off for you, but you have other years to come. Are you looking to factor into the Carifta team next year, maybe year after next, and beyond?
Hopefully.
Okay. Is there a special diet or you on? Or you just love to eat your favorite foods and just train hard?
Yes, please. No, I don't eat my favorite foods, but I eat, like, yeah, go
Yes.
etc.
Oh, she eats you same boat diet, ground provisions. um, but I must say, I was just told to inform you that not only I was impressed with your performances over the season for Interhouse Sports, the officials were also impressed, and that's why you are officially the Victrix Ludorum of the Christchurch Foundation School for 2017. How do you feel about that?
I feel great.
You've beaten out some very great talent in the older divisions as well for that sport. So I think that's a very, very big feat for someone your age. And are you looking to repeat at Victrix, as Victrix Ludorum next year?
Hopefully, yes, please.
Tell me about your record-breaking performances. 60.5. What's the time? Mr. Carter? So tell me about your record-breaking performance.
60.97.
60.97 in the 400 meters. What was going through your mind at that time? Actually, talk me through the race.
Well, to get a good start, to get a good start and maintain it along the back stretch. When I get to the 200 meter mark, start to pick back up speed, and when I get to like 150, 120, I'm going low, just accelerate and get home.
At any point in time, did you think, oh my God, I can't get this done? I have challenges from vis-a-vis our ladies coming up behind me. I've got to get this. At any point in time, did that cross your mind?
No, please.
Or just about going out there,
I do my best.
keeping that plan, sticking to it. For those persons out there who want to follow your fatigue,
To do your best and try hard and train hard and
Who would you like to thank most for contributing to your success?
well, first, Mr. Strong for pushing me to do my best, and my mommy for telling me not to give up, and everybody who helped me along the way.
Very well done. And congratulations again. And I expect to see great things from you. We're looking to lower that 400 meter time at BSAC.
Yes, please.
Okay, so there you have it. Look out for fireworks at BSAC. Young Kayla Cummins, thank you very much. Right. We are here with Jalea Denny. How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
15 years old, on the 17 division, first year.
Yes, please.
And you train for track club,
Yes, please. BC track.
BC track. I'm sure that Miss Wendy Barr Smith will be beaming with pride at your successes so far. What are your pet events?
100 and 200.
100 and 200. I remember Jalea Denny who used to really compete well in the long jump as well. Is that something you're looking to get back to?
Yes, anytime.
So you haven't stopped jumping.
Well, we haven't started back with the jumping training yet. So
But the speed work is good for jump, so I think once you get that down pat, you should be good to go. And I remember you also represented Barbados in CUT last year, your final CUT.
yes, please. That was a great experience. That was in BVI Tartola.
Okay, so today you ran the 1 and the 2. Did you compete in anything else at school?
No, please.
Just the 1 and 2 this year. Okay, so I'm not sure if you're aware, but in the 200 meters, if memory serves me correctly, on the 17 girls, the record stood at 25.40 seconds, and you are now the new record holder, 25.34 seconds. So that gives you two 200-meter records, one on the 13 girls that's still standing, and now you are the current 200-meter on the 17 girls record holder. How does that make you feel?
Well, I feel honored to be able to break the record again.
Okay, and that record is a 16-year-old record set by Sharon Larry in 2000. Could you talk me through your 200-meter race? Because you had a very good start.
My plan was to run make sure that I'm in front for the first 100, and then make sure that I keep my stamina up to the 150 and get home from there.
Right. And you had some quality athletes in that field as well. You had Leilani Haddock and Sarah Bell. And Sarah Bell really pushed you to the finish line. As a matter of fact, she actually equaled the record in her second place performance. Are those the ones that you're going to be watching most at BSAT?
No, sir.
So
The ones in second year on 17.
the second year on the 17. So what are your goals for BSAT?
Well, to set a new PB and hopefully win the on 17 1 or 2.
Okay, so we're going to be following Jalea Denny closely as she continues on her quest to be the best in her age division. It's her first year in this division, and so far she's sending out warning signals to everyone to watch out for her. Jalea Denny, one to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right, we're here with another soon-to-be, if not already, household name, Hannah Connell. How old are you?
17.
17, and you're in the under 20 division.
Yeah.
Right, and do you train for track club?
No, we are unattached for now.
You're unattached for now, but you train with a coach?
Brian Holder.
Oh, yes, Brian Holder. So it'll be you and Hoyt.
Yeah.
Right, Jaquan Hoyt. Okay. And what are your pet events?
100 hurdles and 100.
Because I saw you running a 4, and you look pretty good in the 4 as well. So maybe that's something you could look at doing.
Not really.
Why, is it too much work?
Yeah, there's a lot of running.
Okay, but the four helps you with your tools, and the tools help you with your one. So maybe you can look at that as well. What other events did you compete in today besides what we saw?
I did the 400, the 200, and 100.
Any at school? Any field events?
Javelin, triple jump, long jump, discus, shot put, high jump, and I think that's it.
Okay, almost everything. We saw you in the 100 meters, on the 20 girls 100 meters, and you had a scare at the start. So tell me what was going through your mind when you actually slipped and fell.
I was pretty upset about it because I was trying to run and break the 12-point barrier, run 11 point, and I knew that when I slid, I couldn't, so I just tried to run home, but I was upset about it.
Yeah, but you still had enough composure to run back at the field, catch them, pass them, and win. And that effort, you would have broken the under 20 girls record. So you're now the record holder. The time is 12.18 seconds. I knew you wanted to break the 12-second barrier, but what we have is can we see from you at BSAC?
Well, I am looking forward to running 11 point, and I will just like work on my start, so I will know that I will definitely run 11 point.
So are we going to see Hannah Connell trying to get into the Carifta team makeup as well?
For the 100 hurdles, yeah, I'm pushing for that.
Only the 100 hurdles?
Maybe the 100, but preferably the 100 hurdles.
Okay. Any person you would like to single out besides your coach, Mr. That you would like to thank for pushing you and encouraging you to this stage?
Carter and Mr. Strawn, other family and friends, and my friends, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. So are there any other ladies from any of the other schools in your division that you are very wary of that you may have to look out for?
No, please.
So it's all Hannah Connell and the rest coming second?
I just looking to do my best and run my best.
Okay, well, we wish you all the best as we look forward to seeing you at BSAC this year and beyond, hopefully Carifta and further on the further field, okay? Congratulations today on your efforts. Right, so I'm here with another name that will, if not be, is not familiar yet, will become familiar, Leilani Haddock. And tell me about your day today. It was a day of ups and downs from what I saw. I didn't see you in the 400. Let's start with that first.
Well, I'm not feeling well, so I told myself if I go in the four, it's not my event, so I didn't want to go and hurt myself, so I just did my pet events.
And your pet events are?
The one and two.
So you were saving yourself for the 1 and 2. And before we go any further, how old are you?
15 years old.
Right, so you're under 17 as well?
Yes, please.
You train with a track club?
Yes, please. Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap, that's Mr. Burnett?
Yes, please.
Right, doing good things there, Quantum Leap. And you already declared your pet events are the 1 and 2. Do you like any field events?
Long jump and high jump.
Long jump and high jump. And you also represented Barbados last year in the CUT games.
Yes, please.
And tell me what went through your mind as the CUT games came to a close, because we know that, for those who don't know, you would have been there from under 9 straight through to under 15. So you went every CUT from under 9 to under 15. And knowing that was your last CUT, what really went through?
Well, I wanted to dominate since it was my last year, and I just tried to do my best.
Right, so like I said, you had some competition in the 200 meters. You had Julia Denny, you had Sarah Bell transferring into your school. You would have competed against her last year at BSAT. Now she's going to be your teammate. So I know there was always a healthy rivalry between you and Denny from way back NAPSAT, when you were very, very dominant in the sprints and the jumps and stuff at NAPSAT. And I'm happy to see that friendly rivalry continue. Do you two of you all use that rivalry to drive you and push you to do great things?
Yes, please.
Right. So, and now you have Sarah Bell in the mix. How is that going to factor into the equation?
It's okay, I guess.
So you're going to use her to get you to the point you want to be at as well?
No, please. I will use Julia. Julia is a better athlete to me.
Okay, so what can we expect from Leilani Haddock at BSAT?
Well, it's all on the day, but I'll do my best.
Okay, and you're only competing in the 1 and 2 at BSAT and the relay?
high jump and low jump.
And high jump and long jump. Any personal best you want to set in your long jump or high jump?
In my long jump, I like to jump 5'6", and high jump, I would just like to get past 150.
Okay, so there you go. You have your goals. Do you follow a special diet, or is this just eat what I like and then go out and train hard
Eat what I like.
and then go train hard?
Yes, please.
Okay, I remember seeing you at the stadium training some evenings, and I see you were putting in a lot of work. So I like the focus and the intensity, and I wish you all the best in BSAT. We're going to be watching for Lilani Haddock at BSAT. You can watch BSAT again on Sports.bb, Sports.bb, and we'll have all the information, all the coverage for you there as well. Congratulations again on a very hard day, but you really represented your house and yourself well, and we're looking forward to you representing the school well as you go on to BSAT.
Thank you.
Right, so I'm here with young Kobe Hudson, another representative in last year's Biennial's Caribbean Union of Teachers meet. The meet seems to be a stepping stone for a lot of quality athletes, no matter what school they're at. But Kobe, how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old, and when you hear the work this young lad has put in for Christchurch Foundation House Sports, you're going to be amazed. You're under 13?
I'm under 15.
Under 15 now. And you train for track club?
I just train at my school.
Another homegrown talent. So the coaching staff at the Christchurch Foundation School doing a great job. And your pet events are?
The 400 meters and the 200 meters.
400 and 200. No, this is why I asked how old Kobe was. What events did you compete in this year's house championships?
I did the 100, 200, 400, 800, 1500, 3000, shot put, discus, javelin, long jump, high jump.
Yeah, I would take a deep breath in between there. So that's a lot. And if we had to tabulate the amount of meters that Kobe would have run for this track meet this year, I am just tired just thinking about the zeros behind those numbers. And you look very, very good in all of your events today. You didn't look, and I was commenting on your stride. You have what I would call a very efficient and effective stride. Can you talk me through, you ran a 400 meters and you were looking very smooth going at the back. Should you talk me through that 400 meters?
Well, in the 400 meters, I was going to go for the record, but I did not get it. And when I realized I cannot get the record, all I thought I was going to do was I was just going to go and run my hardest and win the race.
And again, I must say, I like Kobe. I like Kobe's heart. I like his spirit. He's one of those youngsters who, as far as I know, having worked with him on the CUT team, I've never heard him say I can't, or he even ran sick at the CUT. I remember that. He always gives of his best. What message would you give to children, athletes your age, if they want to aspire to being the best that they can be?
Well, don't look at the people in the race. Go and run your own race and do your best, because you don't know what's going to happen on the day. That's
very good advice coming from the mouth of the babes, 12-year-old Kobe Hudson. I see his mother beaming with pride, always beaming with pride. You have a very strong family support.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Okay, so, and what can we expect from Kobe Hudson? What events do you think you're going to be competing in the BSAC this year?
400 long jump and maybe 200.
400 long jump, 200 relays?
Yes, the relays.
You're going to be at the relay fair as well?
Yes, I will be.
Okay, so we're going to look out for Kobe Hudson first at the relay fair, and then at the BSAC championships. Where do you have any goals, any records set in mind, any goals, any personal best you would like to reach at BSAC?
At BSAC, I would just like to get another personal best. I want the record, but if it doesn't happen, as long as I win, I'm okay with that.
This is in the 4?
Yeah, in the 4.
Okay, so we're going to be watching the 400 meters keenly, where Kobe Hudson is going to go out, all out, to try to break that 400-meter record and dominate the 400 in his age group. Congratulations again, Kobe Hudson, and I wish you all the best at BSAC. Okay, we're here with another one of Christchurch Foundation's star athletes, and Mr. Deshaun Trent. How old are you, sir?
18 years of age.
18 years, and you're in the under 20 division, right? And do you train for track club?
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. Okay, right. So Mr. Burnett doing great things there at Quantum Leap as usual. What are your pet events?
400 and 200.
400 and 200. But I saw you in the 100 as well, didn't I? No? No, it was Atkins, right? Sometimes the two of you have the same built, same structure. So could you talk me through your 400-meter race?
Well, for the 400, I just plan on my lane because I didn't have a very good lane. So I told myself I had to get out hard, and that's what I did.
Did you have any thoughts on getting close to breaking that record?
Yes, in a way, but I wasn't really studying the record breaking thing because I recently recovered from a hamstring injury.
Yeah, so how does the hamstring feel now?
At the moment, it's all good.
Yes, you're going to get that looked at as soon as possible.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so what's on the cards for Mr. Deshaun Trent from here on the road to BSAC? Your training regime, what aspects of your race you're going to work on to strengthen?
Well, I'll mostly work on my strength training because mostly in the end, that's where the hardest part's coming.
Yeah, and any personal goals you have set for BSAC?
For BSAT, I'm hoping to capture a gold medal in the 400 meters and possibly a personal best time of 47 point.
Okay, and we know that at BSAC bragging rates, you can win the championship, but that 4x4 relay at the end, if you lose that, sometimes you feel as if you lost everything. So are you going to be that linchpin for the Christchurch Foundation School to try to dominate and win that all-important bragging race, the 400-meter 4x4 relay?
Of course, I think it would be a major factor in that.
So what do you think your chances are for Christchurch Foundation chances are of winning that 4x4 relay this year at BSAC?
I think the team is well structured, and I think we have a very good chance of winning the 4x4 at BSAC.
So any message you have for any of the other schools? Or we know Law School always praise itself and having a good 4x4. We know St. Leonard's boys, they're hit and miss sometimes. We know Ellerslie had dominated the 4x4s. Lester Vaughan did a great job. Any message you have for those teams out there that think they can come and upset the Applecart Foundation School?
Not really, but I think as a team we are humble and we just go there to compete against other schools and do our best.
I like that, humble. So, your personal goal, you're looking to get in the Crifter this year?
Yes, please.
And you see yourself going to only Crifter, or you want to compete any of the other international youth events?
Yes, please.
Like what, CSC Juniors, what?
I think the World Juniors. Yes, please.
Okay, so we're going to be watching you at BSAC, and we're going to be watching your development. I know I see you training at the stadium when I'm down there with my little athletes. I see you training, and I see you putting in all the work, and I am pleased with the effort is producing this reward. And once again, I want to congratulate you on a very good performance today, and we wish you all the best. We're looking forward to seeing you and your team at BSAC and beyond, and we're going to follow your journey all the way to Carifta, and maybe we'll get to see you on the podium there as well.
Yes, thanks very much.
Okay, congratulations. Okay, so we know that every single organization is as good as its leaders and those persons who drive it. And Christchurch Foundation, I am told, has a very vibrant and active PTA, Parents Teachers Association. So right now I'm going to welcome the president of the PTA Association of Christchurch Foundation School. Ma'am, your name is?
Beverly Coppin.
Beverly Coppin, and you're the president. This how many years?
Actually, just 1 year as president, and not even a year, I should say, because I took office from October 2016. So that's October, November, December, January, February.
So tell me what is the PTA's mandate when it comes to the track and field program, the athletics program at the Christchurch Foundation School? What is the PTA's vision for it?
The PTA is seen as, and I want the PTA to be seen, I should say, as a support group at all levels in the sports department. I know PTAs are usually seen as fundraising organizations only, but I think interacting with the students, giving moral support, wherever their needs are, and we have the capacity to meet those needs, that's the function. That's how I see, that's my vision for the PDA under my stewardship.
So are there programs put in place where you assist those athletes, those student athletes, sorry, who are not as, how should we say, maybe not as what's the word I'm looking for here? Maybe they're not as economically viable to get the stuff they need. Maybe some of them have some challenges at home. Are there things that you plan to or have put in place to help with those athletes, those student athletes, to reach their full potential?
At this point in time, there are plans. They're being rolled out. We work in conjunction with the head of that department, Mr. Strawn, and yes, there are plans to roll out that sort of support as well.
Okay. So
as you can see, that type of support sometimes calls for a monetary drive, and there are a number of activities that we plan to give them that kind of assistance when the need arises.
So when you demit office as president, whenever that may be, what legacy would you like to have left behind?
Recently, I started a project with, I started a communications committee, and the purpose of that is to help us to use the technologies to advance a lot of the programs of the PTA. And we're currently looking at a logo and a slogan. And the slogan that is very popular amongst the executive members now is building excellence on a strong foundation. Because there were persons before us who would have laid the groundwork, and we're just here to collaborate with the various organizations and groups within the school. It says PTA, parents and teachers. And it is my view that we need to unify so that we can get that strength to make the school, the plant, a school of excellence. Right now, the athletes and the academics are doing their part. And as I mentioned earlier, I would like the parents to complement what the teachers, because as I said as well, the teachers are doing an excellent job because we're seeing the results at a number of levels, in sporting and in academia, in the arts. Within recent times, the school has been building the brand foundation by reaching outstanding results or achievements in art, in music, at all levels. And I think it's our mission as a PTA to do whatever we can to complement that.
Very well said. I hope that other members of other PTAs would be watching this interview and take all of your points to heart, because we know that this school cannot work in isolation and it needs the parents as well as the teachers.
So if I'm to leave you with a key word, it would be unification.
Unification. So that's two good words I got from Mr. Deshaun Trent. Humble, and now I'm getting unification from the president of the PTA. Thank you, ma'am, and I must applaud your effort as president and the PTA's effort to go above and beyond to help assist the athletics program at the Christchurch Foundation School. Congratulations. And last but by no means least, every ship needs a captain and or co-captains. And one of them, right now we're going to bring one of them here now, Mr. Ricky Carter, who has put in yeoman service at the Christchurch Foundation School in their track program, their athletics program. So, Mr. Carter, how are you, sir?
Well, I'm a little tired, Perry. We know that from since this morning, early, just after 9, I was in a drill role as the announcer for the championships. I must say we had a very successful championships. Basically, everything went to plan. We knew that we would have had a good product on show here today, and you guys can see that it was definitely a good product. We had a number of records being broken, or at least one record being equal, and a number of the athletes. Can't even count them on my hands. I will have to get yours and Ryan's or somebody else to also come in. Also did personal best in their performances. So, I'm somewhat happy. The head of the department, Mr. Siebert Strong, I know that he is definitely very happy with what is going on. I just said I'm only part of that, one of the persons who work at the foundation school to get the track program going. We also have specialized coaches coming in, helping us out with the hurdles. We have people helping us out with the jumps and the throws. So as I said, I'm just one of those persons coming and putting in my service for the Christchurch Foundation School to help them propel forward in the track and field arena.
Before we go on to the athletes, I just want to ask, talk a little more about you personally. What drives you to go so far beyond and pushing those athletes at Christchurch Foundation School?
Well, certainly, Perry, for over the years, you know that I'm just not about school. I'm also about national. I've been involved in the national, international arena coaching track and field, not just in Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, and so forth. And it's over 30 years. And I look at it as my gift from the Almighty. As you know, I'm a very spiritual person. And I believe that when God gives you a talent, you must use it. And at this point in time, I'm also working with a number of the athletes who you would see at the knapsack coming up very shortly in the finals. So it's just my contribution to Barbados that drives me on a regular basis to go every day at the Christchurch Foundation School, whether it be the foundation athletes or even some of the primary school athletes.
Okay, so let's talk about these athletes. I was very heartened to see a lot of first year under 15s, those first formers who were coming into school for the first time, making the finals in some of these events. What are your thoughts on that?
That is very good for the school because it shows that there's an ongoing program to have persons who coming in for the first time at the school as a first former and then making the finals of under 15 athlete. That is very good for the school. As I said, we have a very good program ongoing there. We have on a daily basis sometimes 50 athletes or more training at the school. And when you look at that, along with the athletes who train with the various track clubs, and at this point in time, on behalf of the P department, I'd also like to thank those persons, the various coaches who have been helping the athletes at the school in the various clubs. So I think that is the mark of our producing athletes coming up from first form and still qualifying in the under 15 category.
So you have at Christchurch Foundation a number of I call them marquee athletes. Just going to call a few. You can just give me a broad overview of your thoughts about these athletes. Julia Denny pops into mind for sure. Sarah Bell, Hannah Connell, Deshaun Trent, Nathan Crawford Wallace. And there's so many. I've been here, and a lot of these names kept popping up all the time, and I may have missed a few. But what are your thoughts about these quote-unquote marquee athletes? What do you think they bring to the track program besides just being a quality athlete?
I think they bring experience. A number of the athletes, you could have seen it today, a number of the athletes, they were actually feeding off of some of these athletes. What really made me feel good to see persons like Jalea Denny, Nathan Crawford Wallace, and even Deshaun Trent, who you all guys spoke to not too long ago. These athletes were also giving advice to some of the young athletes, and I think this is one of the main things that we want to see. In our program at school, what we do sometimes, we even partner some of the younger athletes with some of the seniors, not to pick up any bad habits that some of them may have, but to share that experience and to guide them along a very good path.
So that's very good. And so let's talk about the venue. Change of venue here at using the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. Why the change and has it worked?
In my book, it has worked tremendous. I love the facilities here. We know the stadium has some issues, and we wanted, as a PE department, we made the decision that the change would have been good for performances, and I can tell you that in our PE department, we usually make decisions that always end up being the correct decision. We were looking at the fact that we want the children to have the correct conditions. We wanted the facilities to be outstanding. The facilities here are excellent. And believe it or not, when Mr. Strong, the head of the department, and myself and the others, the PE department came down here to the site meeting, we said, whoa, this is going to suit us. It's going to suit the performances of our athletes. And the whole world who was watching today via your all guys stream can see that it was definitely a very good decision to come here. And I must say that you never know, it's possible we may or may not be here again, but I think the decision was a very good one, as opposed to being at the school or probably at the National Stadium.
Okay, Mr. Carter, I just want to say finally that thank you and your track coaches and the team for putting on such a wonderful show today. And I wish you all the best at BSAC 2017, where I know for a fact that you're going to be going out to reclaim your titles. All the best this year for BSAC, and all the best to your individual athletes as they strive for their individual goals. Thanks again, sir. Congratulations.
Before I go, though, I forgot to do this. I want to thank Mr. David Inks, a former national athlete, former student at the Christchurch Foundation School, have been coming in, giving us a very good hand twice a week with the hurdles. Also, Mr. Wesley Brown, who has been there helping us with the throws. Also, there's a guy who I coached in Guyana. He is now residing in Barbados, and he came and coached De Silva. He is here in Barbados, helping us also with the jumps program, high jump, triple, and long jump. And last but not least, Gabriel Trotman, a former student at the school who is now attached to the physical education department, doing very well, helping us out with the throws, along with Coach Brown. And then Alicia Olton, who has been coming in, working alongside myself, helping me with the sprinters and so forth. And she was also in charge with the timekeepers today. And I think that these persons, we cannot do without thanking them, because they have been helping us in the physical education department to be a success in track and field in Barbados, and also in the Caribbean and throughout the world. And don't forget, we will also be looking to go to the Henry Days in April, and then in July we will be going to the Flying Angels meet to represent not just Christchurch Foundation School but Barbados in a whole.
Well, once again, Mr. Carter, congratulations on the job well done. You and your team, the program you put in place, and we wish you all the best at BSAC. And ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank you again for staying with us throughout the duration of the day for this year's 2017 Christchurch Foundation Interhouse Championships. Remember, you can see us again live at BSAC, Sports.bb. That's where we'll be. That's where we hope you will be. And from me and the rest of the team, Sports.bb, I just want to say thanks again and God bless.